Okay, so now I'm going to go over a different type of equations. These are known as radical equations, and these are equations that contain a radical expression, or basically roots with variables, such as like the square root. It can be a cubic root, but it's basically roots with variables in them. Now, to solve radical equations, we have three steps that we need to follow. First one is to isolate the radical, or the root, then raise the power depending on the root. So for instance, if we have a square root, then the power that we're raising to is 2. If we have a cubic root, then we're going to do a power of 3. If we have a root of, let's say, 10, then you're going to do a power of 10. Okay. So for the first example, I have the square root of x equals 10. Well, as you can see, the radical is already isolated. So step number 1, we don't really have to follow it because the radical has been isolated. Okay. So we have square root of x equals 10. The next step, so step number 2 is raised to the power depending on the root. So this root is a square. Whenever we want to have a number, we say that it's a square. So it has a root of 2. So then we're going to do a power of 2 on both sides of the equation. So this and this go away, and we end up with x equals 10 to the second power. So x equals 100. And then that is the solution for this particular problem. Let's go ahead and try another one. This other one, it's really similar to this. You just have a little bit more of values. But same concept. Isolate, radical, raise power, and then solve for the variable. So now this is example 2. And we have the square root of b minus 4 equals 3. So on this one, again, we can see that on our equal sign on the left, the radical has been isolated, right? So radical has been isolated. So I'm just going to go ahead and rewrite the radical. So square root of b minus 4 equals the square root of 3. Okay. So because the first step has been already done for us, then we jump to the second step, which is to raise the power depending on the root. So this, because it's a square root, we're going to raise it to the exponent of 2, and we do that for every single value. Okay, so we raise to the power of 2, and we do that for every single value on the